Badges? They don't need no stinking badges. Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hey, are you dropping stuff already, Doug? Like as soon as I hit record, I hear click, click, bomb.
No, I just turned my light. I was in the dark. Sorry.
Don't turn your light on so damn loud. Hey, nice guy community, welcome back.
Are we recording?
I guess we're into this show here. I don't know. You never know. It's too much fun to just start when we're not really starting, isn't it?
I never know. I never know because you have a whole different record button than I have. I have my very own record button, and it does not control anything that goes on your side, does it?
Well, just like when Donald Trump is being recorded and doesn't realize it, you are always being recorded when you're talking to me.
It is such a good thing that what you see is what you get with me. You could actually record my entire life and discover, yes, I really am this boring. pretty much am. Nothing exciting going on in my life. I love my wife, and she's so much more exciting. Thank God for my wife. If it wasn't for Danielle, my life would be a total bore fest.
Welcome back, Nice Guy Community. We haven't even introduced ourselves. I am Strickland Bonner, and on the other side of the mic is Mr. Doug Sandler, and together we are the Nice Guys on Business.
This is a fun week to start out. Strick, we did really well last week. Over 9,500 downloads. 9,500 downloads. That means we are on record pace again to have a great month for the month of what the hell month are we in? October.
We have 9,500 for the week, so we're averaging almost 2,000 downloads per episode.
Yeah, and in our entire first 5 months, I think that we did less than, I want to say 5,000 in I think in our first half year we did less than 5,000 downloads. I don't know. There's a chart somewhere.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I had no idea. I had no idea that what was going to happen here. And I still have no idea what's going to happen here.
Well, Nice Guy Community, we love you, and you are the reason for our success. So thank you so much. Make sure and sign up on iTunes. We know you're signed up on Overcast because that's where everybody gets their downloads. But sign up on iTunes, too, just as a backup, but really just to get our download count up. Get us known on iTunes.
I did learn something very interesting about the whole Overcast thing. Somebody actually said to me, are you aware that possibly that those Overcast downloads that you get are actually, a portion of those are coming through the iTunes platform?
Really?
Now, I have no idea what that even freaking means.
Neither.
I don't know. I don't think that to be true. I mean, I think I saw when at last count, because why would there be any downloads through iTunes then? I don't know. I don't know how any of that shit works. Really, I don't know. I'm just going to keep turning out shows, okay?
So, Doug, I understand you've redone the promise statement again.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I can tell you.
And of course, I jump right in and we don't have it ready yet. I could talk about our sponsor, BonBon. And then while you're trying to find the promise statement.
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you about BonBon just for a moment, because BonBon, as in BOMB, they are they're an email, really cool disruptive process. So you actually can send video emails without having to go to YouTube, create a video, upload it to YouTube, take the link, download it, take a screenshot. You don't have to do any of that shit. All you need to do is sign up for BonBon, which actually has a 14-day free trial, and that's kind of how that would hook me. What really hooked me is that I had Steven and Ethan, the founders of BonBon, come on to I interviewed them, I think a week or so ago, which will be coming up in the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. I was so like, what? I don't even get it. I don't even understand this. And then Ethan sent me an email that was using the BonBon platform, of course. Very cool video. I sent you one, so I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I just sent you one. And now I'm sending out all of my introductory emails that way. I have to make sure I have a good hair day every day. Anyway, so you put within the body of your email, there is a BonBon plugin. So when I go to send through Gmail, I don't have to use a special email channel or anything like that. I'm just using my Gmail. What do you call that? Gmail
account.
My Gmail account.
Email account, right?
So it's got a little thing. It says send compose message, and now it's also got record video. So hit the little, or make movie or something like that. So I hit the record, I do my video, I can erase it if I don't like it, I can redo it. But after doing 3 or 4 of them, it's so easy. It's like I'm just saying what I would be emailing anyway, and it's really, really easy. So if there are, if you want to do marketing, if you want to send a thank you email, and everybody that has responded is like, that's fucking cool.
So there's no download, there's no attachment, which a lot of people get nervous when you see an attachment or download. It's
attachment.
There.
no attachment. It's right in the body of the email. When you click on the video, you actually see like a what's it called? A GIF?
Yeah.
A GIF. You actually see like a 3 or 4 second GIF of what I'm going to do. So you just see that it's me. You click on that, and then the video plays. Period. The end. It's that simple.
So now, is there some deal they can get at if they sign up for BonBon through the Nice Guys?
Yeah, if you go to the show notes, you will see, I think it's something like bombomb.com/nice guys, but don't do that because I'm not 100% sure that that's the exact link. But if you go over to the show notes, just click on the cover art, scroll down to the bottom where it says like partner links or something. What's it say exactly? It says, wait a minute.
Take your email to the next level, drop a bomb.
Yeah. Okay, it says, BombBomb, take your email to the next level, drop a BombBomb today. I made that part up. Just click on that. It will take you there, and you can sign up for your 14-day free trial. Period. The end. That is it. Check it out. Very, very cool. Steve and Ethan will be on the show in a couple of weeks, and you can hear more information. But you may as well, in the meantime, get your free trial of it.
Now, is there a code they can use for the 14-day free trial if they just go to BombBomb, or they should just click the show?
No, just click on it. I think that actually will make it so that they are using our name when they click on the link. I think there's a Nice Guys affiliate link or something like that that's attached. But the free trial, don't even worry about it. Just go do the free trial. Just click on the partner links at the bottom of the show notes, and you'll see that BombBomb is one of them.
Cool. Go check it out. So do you have the promise statement ready now? Have we wasted enough time with that?
Yeah, but I came off of the promise statement so that I could... I did. I even changed it too. Hold on a second.
I have a PC and I can have multiple windows open. I don't know if you can do that on a Mac, because I'm just not familiar with Macs.
I have a whole bunch of tabs open. That's part of my fucking problem.
Oh, so what you're saying is this is user error, because I wanted to blame it on Apple.
Oh, hold on a second. The entire time, so you know, it's been user error. This is not an Apple problem. This is a Doug problem. This is like the story of my entire life, having too many windows open. Strick, I am a guy that likes to get everything going, and then when I get everything going, I'm like, holy shit, I got way too many things going, and then one at a time the things get accomplished and they come off of my list. Huge feeling of accomplishment doing that. But in the meantime, though, so many windows open. Okay, so the promise statement, I changed it to this because I think that this is really a little bit more precise. So I'm really paring it down even further. Mm-hmm. So the promise statement from the Nice Guys on Business: to provide a learning experience that is entertaining and adds value to your life. That's it.
I like it. It's true. It's very appropriate, and it makes sense.
Yeah, because before we were just dealing with entertainment, and I'm like, most entertaining podcast experience, but that had nothing to do with actually the Mondays and Fridays. And sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we add a little value by teaching them stuff.
True. Good point.
So, anyway, if you like that, if you don't like that, if you just want to talk to us, at Nice Guy on Biz is that guy over there with a Z. He's Strickland, and my name obviously is Doug Sandler, and I'm at DJ Doug. Reach out to us on Twitter. All of the information, again, will be in the show notes. Take a second, please, and recommend us right there on Overcast. Just click on the cover art. There's a recommend button right behind there. We know you see it.
Don't call 4242 DJ Doug, because we've been putting it in the show notes for 2 years, and nobody calls, so screw it. We're just going to take it out.
Hey, Nick, look, I took it out.
I see that. I noticed that, and that's why I mentioned that. So whatever you do, don't call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro for the show, okay? This is a little reverse psychology, because we don't want your damn intro to the show, okay? So don't call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro to the show.
You know what's going to happen?
A question.
I'm gonna get people calling us now. But you know where most people
they can't. They're not allowed to anymore. We're just gonna cut it off.
So I'm not going to cut it off.
We're cutting off 4242 DJ Doug. Don't call that number.
Don't listen to Strickland. Where most people actually communicate with us quite nicely is over on the Facebook page that we have, the Nice Guy community page.
That's true. It's very active over there.
NiceShortcut.com. If you have not, Jesus. Speaking of Jesus, you know that this is Yom Kippur week.
Okay, we have not even thought about our guy, Craig, who is the interview today. We should say that for tomorrow's show, because we still have to mention the Be More Biz conference. It's my job to keep you focused.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about Yom Kippur
tomorrow.
Okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. That's fine. Play that psychology with me, Strickland Bonner.
We don't have to talk about it tomorrow. I don't care. But today we got to get to Craig. We're already 8 minutes into this intro, and we haven't even mentioned Craig Melby or the Be More Biz conference.
All right, wait. Before we get to Craig, can we just spend just a quick second talking about the Be More Business conference coming up?
Please, yes.
Okay, November 7th, 8th, and 9th, the Be More Biz conference is coming up. We have amazing speakers. We got Sean Carpenter. We have Laura Cannon. We have Rob Jollis. You guys might not know the name Rob Jollis, but Rob was my speaking coach and helped me, or he was a speaker coach of mine, and he was the guy that helped me actually put together my book, Nice Guys Finish First. So he is a top-notch sales professional that is an amazing trainer, and he is just a guy that you want to hang out with and hear. So we got Rob, we got Laura, we got Sean. Casey Cornelius from For College for Life, the founder of For College for Life, professional speaking bureau, great guy, understands how to build a business from the ground up, bootstrapping, amazing professional. And who's that other guy? Oh, yeah,
Doug
me.
Sandler, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing my Nice Guys Finish First program as well, and we're going to be teaching you a whole bunch of stuff. So Friday night, or I'm sorry, Monday night the 7th is going to be just a reception. Everybody come on in. We're going to have fun. We're going to have some drinks and enjoy ourselves. Tuesday, we're going to do a full day of learning, all those 5 speakers that I mentioned, plus we're going to have a couple of more. It's just going to be an amazing 2 days plus of learning. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be not only doing our mastermind session where everybody's going to sit at a table and we're going to talk out the issues of today for everybody's business, but we're also going to record our live episode record a live episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're going to record our 3 episodes for the next week, and anybody that wants to be a part of it, we're going to have you join in to the episode with us.
So here's the key. We have this discount. I know, Strick, I did this without your permission.
And don't forget dinner. We got dinner, and we're working on some entertainment for Tuesday night, too. So it's like dinner with the nice guys Tuesday night, plus some form of entertainment. We're trying to get karaoke together.
Oh, that would be totally cool.
Yeah.
This is Monday's show that we're recording, so I just want to let everybody know, especially those that have not even clicked on any of the links. Now, I know a bunch of you have been watching the video, promo video that I did on the Nice Guy community. Hint, hint, they tell you how many views you get, and I know only people in the community can watch it. So we have just as many people in the community pretty much watching the video. Guys, click on the link. You want to come. It's going to be $295, but until tomorrow only, it's $191 and change, 35% off.
What,
I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
I know.
You're giving them over $100 off.
I know.
Doug, you did not run this by me. We're going to lose money on this.
Well, we're losing money on this anyway. Okay. Let's just lose money a little bit bigger.
Okay, we're cutting this off Tuesday. It's like today and tomorrow, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Today and tomorrow.
After tomorrow at midnight, it's going to be back to $295, right?
No more discounts. Click on the link. If you said to me, and a number of people have actually texted me directly and said, I'm coming to the conference, and nobody's called the 4242 DJ Doug line, but a number of people have texted me directly and said, I'm coming to the conference. You know what? Get your ass together and click on the link, because if you don't sign up, I'm not extending this discount beyond tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay? That's enough.
Well, just put it off and then sign up Wednesday or Thursday. That's fine. And then you'll pay $295 instead of $190. You couldn't even just make it $100 off, 35% more than $100 off.
Again, Strick, user error. I had no idea how to actually take a dollar number off. I could only take a percentage off, and I figured 35 was a good number.
All right, so you've only got till Tuesday, everybody. Sign up now if you're going to do it. If you're not going to do it, then you got to pay more. But it's all good. So Be More Biz Conference is going to be pretty amazing. November 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Hey, Strick, do you think I was a little rough on him? Should we go back and edit that out?
I don't know. You think? Nah. It would be good to get to Craig Melby, though, who is our interview today. He is the owner of Lease Smart, but really, and he does commercial real estate leases. But really, what he's all about, it's about connections and it is about communication, right, Doug?
We really didn't even spend much time at all talking about real estate leases, because I thought maybe a lot of people in our community that might not be the direct link to what's so good about Craig. Now, he is a great guy. He is kind of like me in that he's an old school guy. He understands the value of building relationships, and we spend in his. It's really tough. The leasing world is a lot of negotiation, and there seems to be potentially a lot of win-lose or win-lose-lose, or a lot of opportunity for people not to feel like they've gotten the upper hand in a lease, because there is a lot. Real estate today is really challenging. There's so much competition. But Craig, being like me, he understands the importance of relationship building in the old school way. So we do spend most of our interview talking about that. He reached out to me, I think through email. He was just a guy that listens to the show, and he thought it would be a good opportunity for him to reach a different audience. And I said, yeah, but my audience is not going to want to talk about leases. And he agreed. I mean, he didn't give me any pushback on that. He said, totally, let's talk about the important things in building a business, which is all about relationships and building connections. So great interview here today.
He listens to the show and he still wanted you to interview him?
I know. I'm always amazed when that when that happens.
Okay, then. Well, hey, let's get to the interview, because we've been yapping long enough now.
All right, let's do it.
Mr. Craig Melby.
Our guest today, Craig Melby, is an expert at that exact thing that I hate the most. No, nice guy community, I'm not talking about vacationing with my in-laws, but I am talking about negotiating. We all need to be a better, much better expert in this field, and I know that we're in luck today. Welcome to the Nice Guys on Business podcast, Craig.
Well, thank you. I am happy to be here.
You didn't know that you were also an expert in all of these. In a little bit of our pregame, we were talking about the things that we're all good at, and yes, we can probably go, as my community would know, ad nauseum at many things that I think that I profess to be an expert. But you actually are. I'm looking at some of your stuff. You are an expert at negotiation.
Well, I kind of backed into that, and I don't even consider myself really a negotiator, except that I do it all day, every day, and I don't follow like 100 different negotiation rules and ploys and tactics. I just kind of put my cards on the table. This is what we're trying to accomplish. Does this work for you? If not, we'll go on. And is this fair? Is that fair? So, maybe I've through osmosis gotten a couple little angles, but I just tell it the way it is in a nice, honest, straightforward way, and it seems to be working.
So fill in the nice guy community, because they may not have the background information on a Craig Melby that I do. What do you do for a living, and how have you gotten so good at this negotiation thing?
Well, I do a few different things. I consider myself an entrepreneur, and I run a few different little things. But my day job is doing site selection and lease negotiation for clients, because they don't have time. They're running their business, and when they need a new space or a different space, they would like someone else to go find it for them. And I can find more than they can find, and then negotiate the deals, and I can always negotiate a better deal than they can do themselves. And so if they know what they're doing, they just say, hey, let Craig handle it. So most of my clients are repeat clients, which is a beautiful thing, and especially a big repeat client that needs a lot of space often. That's a real beautiful thing. But, so I just help people do that part of their career.
And what's interesting about it is that, Craig, you may not remember this. I certainly do, because sometimes you run into a unique guest or someone that's coming on the show, and you want to find out more information. Nice guy community, again, you might not know this, or you wouldn't know this, but Craig negotiated his way onto the show. I mean, he sent me a cold email about coming on the show, and I thought, as I was doing a little research, this guy, he's a good guy. He not only knows how to say the right words, but do the right things, and all of this falls under that guise of negotiation. And I know that isn't specifically what you came on the show to say. Hey, I'm an expert negotiator. Let's talk about it. But everything that I'm seeing, all the content that I'm seeing that you're putting out there, and all the information that is written about you, is all written in this tactic of you or this style of you are a good negotiator and good with your communication skills.
Well, I like people. I like helping them. I think most people do. And I can't even remember how I first got in contact with you, but it's like, whoa, Nice Guys Business Podcast, how nice works. I go, that's me. They're talking about me. So I sent you a quick email because I had some specific stories where being nice worked very well. And I thought I could share them with you, and it would be, it would fit right into what it is you do best.
Oh, excellent. And I love that your background is pretty eclectic also. I saw, in doing some research, I think this was on LinkedIn, I saw you previously had owned a car wash for a very short period of time. I'm assuming you got that out of a negotiation that went your way?
Well, no, actually, I still own it. I built it. That's been a major learning experience for me. That's a whole nother issue. But sure. I was going to retire and build this car wash. And, there were some life lessons to learn there. And I'm still learning them. That's one of my entrepreneurial ventures.
Well, how has business changed over the last, you and I are kind of old school in what we do. Yeah. And again, in the pre-interview, we were talking about the customer relationship management programs that you use and that I fail to use and all the other tactics that I use in the course of in just trying to insert some technology into this old school brain of mine. Yeah. How drastically has life gotten? Has it gotten easier for you, or has it gotten more challenging for you since technology and everything has come into play?
Yeah, that's a really good question because it's a two-edged sword, and what I have to do is force myself to, smell the roses and live life while I'm living, so to speak. So I discovered that what I'm always playing catch up. There's always more to do, and it's just not going to kill me if I take an hour off in the middle of a beautiful day and go for a walk in the woods. You got your cell phone with you half the time, so if someone needs me, they can reach me. And so I've just come to the conclusion I need to make time for that. Otherwise, I could just work endlessly, whether it's doing business or marketing for business. As you know, there's always more to do, and you just got to force yourself to take the time.
Totally agree. When I was having lunch with my daughter, probably maybe about a year ago, and she said, "Let me see your phone." And it's always interesting when your daughter wants to see your phone. So I gave her my phone. Don't have any secrets in my phone or anything. So I gave her my phone, and she was looking at my schedule. She said, "I know where the problem is." And she said, "Dad, you don't schedule any U time. You don't put any U time on your schedule. I mean, literally put a slot on your schedule that is just a block off. You don't schedule appointments. You don't schedule calls. You don't schedule lunch. You don't schedule anything. You just be." And that was probably one of the most important decisions that I've ever made in my life, is actually putting in my schedule a time to kick back. And it's not like you have to do 3 hours of me time every day. Even 15 or 20 minutes is enough to kind of regain your balance, right?
What's even more important, that could be the most important time you spend. And I have heard this several places, including live seminars, that said, if we can convince these executives to take more time off, their income will go up. And the more time they take off, the more their income goes up. And the reason is people like you and me, we're not getting paid by the labor of our hands and the hours we work. We get paid for our creative ideas. Mm-hmm. And so where do those ideas come from? When do they come? They come when you're out on a walk or in the shower or on vacation or something. So that we shouldn't feel guilty about that. We should say, hey, this is the most important part of the day, this hour that I'm going to take off.
We spent about a week, maybe a week or two ago, probably by the time this airs, it might have been about 3 weeks ago, doing an entire week on relationship building. And we know that relationships are the key to building a big business. Can you give me, in some of the knowledge and experience that you have, a tactic that you might do on a daily basis or something that you do on a regular basis to help build your business relationships?
Well, I wish I had some genius thoughts for you, but, just keeping in touch, if people know you and like you and remember you, then they'll use you. Now, what's the problem in my business, and it could be a self-inflicted wound, but, when I do a lease for someone, it's usually a 3, 5, 7, 10-year lease. So I feel that, we've accomplished that task, and now they don't need to hear from me for 5 years. Now, I'd like to keep in touch with my clients because we're having a ball. While we're doing the deal, we might be talking 2 or 3 times a day, or at least once every day or other day, and we get to know and like each other. It's great. And then when the deal's done, then now they're on with the rest of their business.
You're done. You're old news now.
Yeah, they don't need to hear from me every day or every week or every month. Out of my respect for them, I don't want to be bothering them, so they remember me. And then, what happens in a few years? They don't remember who I am or all the incredible stuff I did for them. So, and everyone gets tired of email newsletters, right? I delete at least 9 out of 10 emails I get every day. Yeah. And so how do we keep in touch? It's difficult. And that's my biggest challenge. But just keeping in touch, really, and making a strong enough impression, maybe going over the top.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I have this program called the Nice Guy 30. It's actually 5 business building tactics and help you to build your relationships. And one of those, the final one, the one that really does set you apart from all of the others, the things like returning your phone calls, returning your emails, delivering on every promise, being on time every time. This 5th one is really the one that has set me apart from a lot of the guys that are in my industry, in entertainment and in speaking, and probably in every industry. And that is just reach out a couple of times a day to people that you haven't communicated with in the last 30 days. And it does not have to be a phone call that or a lunch appointment or have coffee. I mean, people just don't have time to have coffee anymore. They do on their own as they're driving through Starbucks. But just reaching out a couple of times a day just to say, hey, just thinking about you. I hope you're having a great day. And I always put a little XOXO on it as a part of mine. So that for me has been a really effective way to just keep the relationships going.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and there is a software program that I subscribe to that reminds me, that when it sees that I send an email out, then it alerts me and says, "Hey, you sent an email to Doug Sandler. How often do you want to contact him?" And I say, "Well, 30 days, 60 days, 9 days, whatever." And then at that time frame, it will say, "Oh, okay, popped up. You haven't talked to him in 30 days. You can send an email template. You can call him. Here's the number." But it reminds me to do that. And that's been a really wonderful thing.
All right. So now you got me interested. What is this app? Is it an app or is it a piece of software?
Yes, it is. I didn't know if you wanted me to mention the name.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's called Contactually, and it's growing leaps and bounds. And I'm really happy with it.
Is Contactually is the secondary name growing leaps and bounds, or is that?
No. I'm sorry. No. It's Contactually. It's a cloud-based thing. It watches your emails, like I described, and I think there's like a free 30-day trial. And after the 30 days, I go, hey, this is useful. If I even get one new fresh deal from keeping in touch with people, then it's obviously well paid for itself for the full year.
Well, and the other side of it too is I don't know about your desktop, but I can tell you if I look at my desktop right now, and I try to be very, very organized, but there's many business cards. I just got back from a conference. I probably collected 50 business cards because I was giving away my book at this book signing thing.
Right.
So everybody that took a book got a card, and not without, they had to give me a reason why the book would work for them, not just let me grab your book and get the F out of here. It's
Right.
So, now what do I do with those 50 people? It's like, I followed up with all of them through email, but if they don't respond, it's very challenging.
All right. And here's the beautiful thing. If first of all, maybe you could input them into your computer through some program. You just take a picture of their business card. But even if you didn't, if you sent them each an individual email, Contactually then is going to ask you maybe the same day or the next day, okay, you emailed so-and-so. What classification are they? And you could start what they call a bucket and say, met at whatever convention, boom, 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 boom. And how often do you want to contact them? And might be whatever, 60, 90, 120 days, whatever you want.
Right.
And then they'll pop up and it'll remind you how you reach them. And you could even put together a template that just says all the things you want to say. Just click send, click send.
Yeah, and I know you're not a sales rep for Contactually.
No, I'm not. No,
but
it just works. And
yeah, but that's just it. And it's exactly where you started the conversation. I just like to help people. And part of the help is just, turning people on to things that work well, whether it be a podcast, hint.
Yeah.
You can feel free to give our podcast name out to anybody that's out there.
Sure.
Or a customer relationship management program. Ron Shapiro, the Power of Nice author and legendary sports agent, was on the podcast probably about 6 months or a year ago. And we were talking about the need for everybody in a negotiation to win. So help me out with that, whether it's through lease negotiations or just regular business dealings. What does that mean to you when everybody wins as a part of your negotiation?
Well, to me, it's very important because even if I do leave a little money on the table now, I might, it may be worth the friendship later, whether it's the landlord, the tenant, whatever. We may need something that we didn't expect we would. And so it only makes sense. It's the nice thing to do. And, if you push too hard, I've seen deals completely fall apart because it's like, you know what? I don't even like you anymore. I wouldn't rent your space if you paid me,
Right,
So there's just no reason for it. Most people are nice and want to be dealt with nicely. And so it just makes total sense. And I'm always amazed. Like, I guess when you think of the word negotiator, sometimes you think of, oh, boy, this guy's going to be tough and mean and hard to talk to. And it couldn't be further from the truth. They're pleasant and they state the facts and they have researched what they have to say. And there's other ways to do things in a nice way,
And you've said that word a couple of times, so I want to come back to it too. And I don't mean to put you on the spot, and we can work through this together if you don't immediately know that something doesn't come to mind. But what does it mean to you to be nice?
Well, to be fair and to be honest. It would be the biggest thing. In fact, the prime story that made me think of, I got to call Doug, was, my first real job, a young guy, car guy, I got a job as a salesman at a sports car dealership,
Ooh, nice.
Selling Triumphs and Jaguars and MGs and all that cool stuff. And I'm a car guy, so I'm loving it. And so about my first month or so, I'm the top salesman. What could be better than that? Talking cars with guys and gals and people that come on the lot. So, because I'm treating them nicely, honestly, like a friend. They have questions. I answer them. I know my stuff. It's great. But what happened is my sales are drop, because the biggest thing is the people that run dealerships, is the be back. Like when you're on the lot and you say, okay, well, thanks a lot. Nice talking to you. I'll be back. Well, when you walk back into the showroom, the manager, you have a black mark against you because you let that customer go
never
without selling them
go.
something.
That's really hard for them.
That's right, because the saying is be-backs never be back. They'll never come back. And so you blew it, Melby. And it's like the only problem was all these be-backs always came back. I was number one salesman because they liked me. And when they went to look at other cars at other dealerships, maybe they were treated like all the other salesmen treat you. I even had one guy come in one time that was looking for something. He had a family and a wife and a kid or two, but he wanted something sporty. So we're talking cars, and I go, well, I hate to tell you this, but we don't have anything that would really fit what you're looking for. If I was you, would you go out here, turn right, go to the light, turn left? There's a dealer down there about a mile and a half that has exactly what would be perfect for you. It's called a such and such car, and I think you're going to like it a lot. And of course, the guy was in shock, and I just lost a sale, but I figured I would lose it anyway. I don't have what he wants, so let's be friendly and nice. So he goes down there. And he comes back like a week or two later, asks for me, and he says, I want to buy a car from you. And I go, yeah, but we don't have what's best for you. That other car, down the street, I know that car would be perfect for us, but the salesman is a real jerk. I wouldn't buy anything from him. I want to buy something from you. It's like, well, okay, the closest we have is this thing over here. It's not literally the same. We'll take it.
We'll take it. I love that.
You can't get a better example of being honest and nice and it working.
Yeah, the whole tactic. I always tell everybody it's not really a tactic. It's just it's a whole philosophy on how to run your business. And if you run your business the way that you want other people to, or you treat people the way, obviously the golden rule, you're going to do really well in your career. Now, it may not be the kind of stuff that takes off today, but you will find out that tomorrow and the year after and the year after, the paybacks are really good.
Yeah. Sure. In fact, one time more recently, when I'm doing sites trying to find buildings for my clients, in this particular market they wanted to be, there was really only one choice, which is a disaster. We'd like there to be a lot of choices, then we can negotiate and all this stuff. But there was only one choice. A few companies wanted it. And so I had to resort to just telling the landlord's agent, hey, could you just give it to me? Give it to me and my client, please.
Yeah, the word "please" is always a good tactic to use as well. It's part of the negotiation process.
I had nothing else to fall back on, but because we had always had a nice relationship, a friendship, he said, "Okay, fine, we'll rent this to your client." So it just pays to be nice and develops loyalty and referrals, and everybody likes nice. You like nice, we all like nice.
Would you say that you're more in your tactics and styles? Would you say that you're more old school, or do you really? I know that this contextually, and that's a good higher tech type of approach to take. But do you feel like you build your relationships the old school way, or more the new way?
Well, I'm not sure I even agree with the new way. Because it's people understand that email really wasn't personal. and then it doesn't mean anything. So I think no matter how high tech it goes, you send out a cold email that could be brilliant, but if it's not a warm lead, someone doesn't know who this is from. We don't have time to read that stuff or think about it in our attention span. So the very best thing that I can do, like I don't bid for work. If a client says, well, I'm talking to 3 brokers and I'm going to select one, it's like, forget it. I'm not even going to be there. I could do the dog and pony show, but that doesn't mean anything really.
Right.
And so I want to meet those clients before they have a need. They know me. They like me. They have a need. They call me. We're done. They don't need to meet a bid against other people's services.
No, I totally get that. So what part of the country are you in, Greg?
Right now, today, I'm up in the mountains of North Carolina.
I was going to say the mountains of Florida, aren't you? Because I
go back
you're
and forth.
from Florida, right? Or where do you live full time?
I have homes in Florida and North Carolina. I kind of follow the weather and business and friends and business. I do my site selection around the country, so. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm on the phone. I'm on the email. Right. I'm on Google Earth. So many things.
Can a client work with you from anywhere, or do you look for a specific geographic area?
No, they can work with me anywhere. I do 2 things. One, I find that most small businesses, go about it completely wrong when they're finding a new location and negotiating their own deal. So a lot of what I do is simply giving business advice on your lease. If you've got a lease in front of you and it makes you nervous, you can hire an attorney, which is great, and they can do a legal review, but they don't like to do business term review. They can't tell you whether, or they don't want to tell you whether that's a fair deal in terms of free rent and tenant improvement dollars and many, many, many things. So fine, email me your lease. We'll get on the phone and I'll tell you what I think. And that's a lot of fun because people really need and appreciate the help. So I do that from everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's cool. And then the other thing I do is when someone needs to find a site and negotiate the lease, we catch them earlier on in the process, then we're earning commissions and we need licenses. And I'm licensed in 3 states, but I have an extensive network of people like me in all the states and, in fact, most of the world. And so if you needed something in, Los Angeles, then fine. I call our Los Angeles contact, bring her in on the deal, and we work it together, and there's commissions that are paid usually by the landlord, so it's free to our clients, and we make a nice commission, and we do that.
Craig, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you about your services, how do they do that?
Well, I have a website, leasesmart.com. And they can reach me there. I also have a podcast of my own, the Corporate Real Estate Podcast, where I discuss all the ins and outs. I tell all the secrets. I tell you all of them. And if people want to learn them all and try it yourself, fine. Or if they just say, forget it, there's too much to know here.
Right.
Let's call Craig, then that might be the purpose in the long run. I don't know.
No, that's awesome. It definitely is a good way to do it. Is oftentimes we will have enough information just to be dangerous. So if you have any lease negotiations or you're looking for space, definitely get in touch with Craig. And if you have a lease that you want him to look at, he will take care of that as well. We'll put all the information in the show notes how to get in touch with Craig. Craig, do you have time for a personal question or 2?
Of course I do.
Excellent. Do you have an iPhone, or are you use an inferior product?
No, I'm proud to say I do have an iPhone.
Excellent. Do you have it anywhere near you?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Can you go to your photo app? And,
yes, I can.
And tell us what the last picture that you took was.
Let's see here. Last picture. Oh, okay. Well, it was business related. As we do our site selection, I see a sign, for sale or lease with a phone number. Well, why should I try to write that down? I just snap a photo of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then go to the texting app on your phone and tell me the last text message that you sent out and the last one that you received.
Well, isn't that nice? My daughter, I was checking in on how she's feeling and doing, and she says she's doing fine. And the very last text I got was, "I agree, love you too."
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So you really are a nice guy, Craig.
I fool half the people half the time. It's good enough.
51% of the time. So as we wrap up, Craig, thank you for being a part of the Nice Guy community. Thanks for tuning in. Nice guys, never underestimate the power of nice. Again, special thanks to Craig Melby for being a part. We'll put all the information in the show notes. And thanks again, Craig.
Great. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. And may the force be with them. They need all the help they can get.